So just how much rain is expected in Northern California? Meteorologist Jeff Baradelli from our affiliate WPEC in West Palm Beach, Florida, is tracking the storms advancing towards the West Coast. So Jeff, how much rainfall is expected from these storms?
A lot, and it's going to happen really over the course of the next week. We're expecting 3 storms. Storm number 1 is going to come on shore later tonight and during the day tomorrow. That's actually the weakest one. A much stronger and more moisture-laden storm is going to move through not just Northern California, but also Southern California on Friday. We get a little break here Saturday, but then later on Sunday into Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, heavy rain likely across California. Look at how much rain we're expecting to see. As you'll see over the course of the next 7 days or so, look at this. The red expands, the yellow expands. Those are areas that are 7-8 inches of rain over the next 7 days. And you know that's going to be a boatload of snow in the mountains. Some places in the mountains are likely to see 4+ feet of snow.
Well, has this been an unusually wet winter for the West Coast?
It's been a very wet winter. In fact, Redding, California is seeing about 160% of what they would normally see. Sacramento seeing about 200+% of what they would normally see. Typically in Redding, we would see about less than 2 feet. We've seen close to 3 feet of rain, just to give you an idea. And in Sacramento, typically we'd see about a foot. So far, we've seen about 2 feet of rain. That's a tremendous amount of rain. And you can see this conveyor belt of moisture that's moving off of the Pacific Ocean, slamming into the West Coast. That is just storm number 1. There's plenty where that came from.
Well, what is causing this unusual winter pattern, Jeff?
So no one knows exactly for sure. There's always natural variability, but this has been an unusual winter. If you've been watching CBSN, you know that it's been very warm in the Arctic, and that's kind of messing up weather patterns all across the globe. Now, this is a typical pattern. Typically, we'd have the polar vortex. We talk about it every winter, driving cold air into Chicago and New York. We haven't seen too much of that. And typically, we would see this blocking area of high pressure up and down the West Coast, kind of blocking storms from reaching the West Coast. But this is what has happened because of this weird Arctic pattern. This is a theory, at least. An area of low pressure has certainly been persistent in Alaska that has pushed the storm track much further south. And so storm after storm after storm has been moving into California. Most of it's been good news because it's been getting rid of the drought conditions. Obviously, also some bad news as well.
Well, yeah, that was going to be my question. I mean, could all this recent moisture, Jeff, be a turning point for this epic dry spell in California?
It definitely helps a tremendous amount. Now, at the surface, the drought index is pretty much gone. North of San Francisco, we have no drought, according to the numbers. South of San Francisco, and the good news is Los Angeles is going to see some rain this week, but south of there, we're still in at least a moderate to, at times, severe drought. Now, the bigger question is how much of this meltwater, the snow that's melting, and how much of the rain that's falling as we head into spring gets into the aquifer. That's the bigger question. That determines exactly how long-lasting this drought relief is.
All right, meteorologist Jeff Baradelli. Jeff, thanks so much.
You're welcome.